Welcome to another episode of Practice Makes You Better, where I tackle a 30-question mock test on a particular category, giving you hints, tips and tricks along the way to give you the best possible chance of passing that theory test first time. In this particular episode, I'm going to be doing incidents, accidents and emergencies using the app of choice, which is the Driving Test Success app, otherwise known as the 4-in-1. So let's jump onto my iPad and let's get started. An injured motorcyclist is lying unconscious in the road. The traffic has stopped and there's no further danger. What could you do to help? Right, the key bit in this is there's no further danger. In other words, there's no risk to the motorcyclist. So what you really want to be doing with this one is seek medical assistance, get help, something along those lines. So the first one out, seek medical assistance. Always read the other answers just in case there's a better answer with more information. Remove their leather jacket. No. Move the person off the road. There's no further danger, so there's no need to move them off the road. That's why that bit in the sentence, in the question, there's no further danger. That's why it's key on that one. There's no further danger, leave them where they are. By moving someone unnecessarily, you can cause them more harm than good that you can't see. And the last one, remove the helmet. The only time you're going to remove the helmet is if you're going to give them first aid. It's necessary to move the helmet for that to happen. What should you do if an instrument panel warning light comes on while you're driving? If the instrument panel light comes on while you're driving, it normally means there's a problem and get it checked out as soon as possible. Continue if the engine sounds all right. No. Check out the problem quickly and safely. And the key word there is quickly and safely. Let's tick that one. Hope that it's just a temporary electrical fault. No. Deal with the problem when there's more time. It's going to be check it out quickly and safely. You lose control of your car and damage a garden wall. What must you do if a property owner isn't available? Now, if you damage someone else's property and you can't talk to the owner, you need to report it to the police within 24 hours. So don't leave notes, don't leave messages with family members. Report it to the police within 24 hours. So something along those lines is what we're looking for. Find someone in the area to tell them about it immediately. No. Report the incident to the police within 24 hours. Yes. Report the incident to your insurance company when you get home. That you can do, but the main thing you need to do is report it to the police within 24 hours. Go back to tell the house owner the next day. No. There's been a collision. A motorcyclist is lying injured and unconscious. Why should you only remove the helmet if it's essential? That's similar to what I said earlier on. Only remove the helmet if you're going to give first aid. Because if they seem okay and they don't need first aid in that situation, leave the helmet on, because by removing it, you can cause more harm than good that you can't see. Neck and spinal injuries. So leave the helmet on unless you're giving first aid. So something along those lines. You can scratch the helmet as you remove it. No. They might not want you to remove it. No. Removing it could let them get cold. No. Removing it could make any injuries worse. Yes. What information should you share if you're involved in a collision that causes damage to another vehicle? The only information that you need to share is your name and your registration of your car. And that's it. Let the insurance company deal with the rest. So your national insurance number, no. Your internet service provider, no. Your occupation and reason for your journey, no. Your name, address and vehicle registration number, yes. This is a prime example of a particular question. If you didn't know what the answer was, all you got to do is work backwards and work out what it can't be. And sometimes by default, you're left with the correct answer. So I'm going to show you with this one. Let's just say, for argument's sake, you didn't know what the answer was. Go to the first one, your national insurance number. That's a silly answer. Eliminate that. Your internet service provider, what has that got to do with an accident? Eliminate that. Your occupation and reason for your journey. You don't have to tell people what you do for a living if you have an accident, and you don't have to tell them why you're driving your own car. Eliminate that. So you already got rid of 3 stupid answers. You're now left with the correct answer. And so that's when you go into the real test. Do not stress if you don't know what the answer is. Work backwards. Try to work out what it can't be. There's always one stupid answer on there. Eliminate that, and now at least you got a 1 in 3 chance. But in this case, there's 3 stupid answers. By default, we're left with the correct answer. So hopefully that helps you guys out. You arrive at an incident. A pedestrian is bleeding heavily from a leg wound. The leg isn't broken and there's nothing in the wound. How could you help? When they say they're heavily bleeding, that means it's normally an artery cut. And when you cut an artery, the blood gushes out. So you want to either tie something around. That's what you really want to do, is tie something around the wound really, really tight to stem the blood flow and try to raise the limb above the heart. If you haven't got anything to tie, then you want to squeeze around it and hold until obviously help arrives. So applying firm pressure over the wound. Yes, possible. Dab the wound to stop the bleeding. No. Keep the casualty's leg flat on the ground. No. Give them a warm drink. Again, no. So apply firm pressure over the wound to stem the blood flow. That's what you're trying to do. You arrive at an incident. There's no danger from fire or further collision, and the emergency service have been called. What's your first priority when attending to an unconscious motorcyclist? If a cyclist or anyone is unconscious, you want to make sure they're still breathing. That's going to be an important part. So check the airways, make sure they're still breathing in some shape or form. So check whether they have any broken bones. No. Check whether they have any bruising. No. Check whether they're bleeding. No. Check whether they're breathing normally. Yes. You're the first person to arrive at an incident where people are badly injured. You switched on your hazard warning lights and checked all engines are stopped. What else should you do? In this case, what you want to do is make sure an ambulance is being called. So it's going to be something along those lines, because you're the first person. In the question, it does say you're the first person to arrive at an incident. So make sure an ambulance has been called. Right, try and get people who are injured to drink something. Again, no, never give anyone food or drink at an incident or an accident. Stop other cars and ask for drivers for help. No. Make sure that an ambulance has been called. Yes. So no time is lost. Move the people who are injured clear of their vehicles. Again, leave them where they are, because it says in the question, it's safe because you warn other road users by your hazard lights. And if you didn't know, by the way, you park your car 45 meters away and then put your hazard lights on, which is a theory test question as well. You arrive at a scene of a crash where someone is bleeding heavily from a wound in their arm. Nothing is embedded in the wound. What could you do to help? This is similar to the other one. I think the other one was a leg question. It's a similar question, and that's how the theory test works. And again, I repeat, like I do in all my videos, if you understand the question, understand the answers, no matter what they throw in there, you're going to know what it is. It's the same thing. Just make sure you squeeze something tight around the wound. Simple as that. Dab the wound, no. Give them a drink, no. Walk them around and keep them talking, no. Apply pressure over the wound is what we're looking for. Same answer as the other one, really. It's just one was a leg, one was a arm. Don't get fooled by it. Which sign shows that a tanker is carrying dangerous goods? In this case, it's going to be A. You've got an explosive symbol here, so it's going to be A on that one. An injured person has been placed in a recovery position. They're unconscious but breathing normally. What else should be done? Again, similar to the first question. And that's how the first 8 questions work out, to be fair. It's very similar, because the first aid is first aid. It can't change much. So in this one, it's going to be make sure the airways is clear, similar to the first one that we answered. Give them a hot sweet drink, never. Check the airways remain open, yes. Press firmly between their shoulders, no. Place their arms by their side, no. There's been a collision. How can you help a driver who's suffering from shock? With this one, it's going to be reassure them. So if they're suffering from shock, you want to keep talking to them. Let them know that someone is there for them. So keep talking to them, but do not tell them they're going to be fine. Do not tell them they're going to be okay. You can't use terms like that. So offer them a cigarette, no. Give them a drink, no. Reassure them confidently, yes. Ask who caused the incident, no. At an incident, how could you help a casualty who has stopped breathing? Follow the DRABC code. It's going to be that one. There's no need to go any further. It's going to be that one. So let me quickly explain this to you. The way that I normally explain this in the classroom is because it says incident. So there's been an incident, car accident, whatever it happens to be. Doctor is the way I normally explain that, because it's first aid, and then your alphabet, which is A, B, C. So D stands for danger. Assess the danger and the risk to you by helping that person. Don't put your life in a risk by helping somebody. Assess the danger and the risk to you. The R stands for response. You need to get a response from the person so you know what first aid to deliver if you're going to do that. And the way to do that is your ABC. So A is check the airways. Make sure the airway is not blocked. Then B is breathing. Make sure they are breathing normally, not gasping for air. And C is circulation. Checking the circulation, i.e. checking for a pulse. So that's what it stands for. DR, danger, response. A, airways. B, breathing, C, circulation. So hopefully that helps you guys out. You're driving on the motorway. What should you do if luggage falls from your vehicle? If something falls from your vehicle, you need to stop at the nearest SOS phone and report it. Don't stop, go to pick it up. Stop at the SOS phone and report it. Stop at the next emergency telephone and report the incident, first one out. Pull up on the hard shoulder and wave traffic down, no. Stop on the motorway and switch on hazard warning lights while you pick it up, no. That's totally dangerous. Walk back up the motorway to pick it up, and again, that's totally dangerous. What should you do before driving into a tunnel? With this one, they can give you a couple of options. Either take off your sunglasses or tinted glasses. They give you two options like that. Sunglasses or tinted glasses, which is technically the same thing, or turn on your headlights or dip lights. So it's going to be one of those two options. So let me just read the question again. What should you do before driving into a tunnel? Take off your sunglasses. It's going to be that one. Well, let's read the others. Switch on your windscreen wipers. No. Close the sunroof. No. Switch off your radio. No. So like I said, the two options they can give you is take off your sunglasses or tinted glasses. They use both terms. Or turn on your headlights or dip lights. After a collision, someone is unconscious in their vehicle. When should you call emergency services? Immediately. Someone's been injured, call the ambulance straight away. Do not wait, delay, because time is lost. Time lost is a life that could be saved. So after the check-in for broken bones, after you've woken them up, only as a last resort, as soon as possible. At an incident, someone is suffering from severe burns. How could you help them? Pour water over the burn consistently for at least 20 minutes is the full answer, to be fair. So you're looking to pour water over the burn for at least 20 minutes. So remove anything sticking to the burn, no. Apply lotion to the injury, definitely not. Douse the burn with clean, cool water. It's going to be that one. They use the word douse, which is literally another way of saying pour water over the burn. And burst any blisters, no. Your vehicle has stalled in the middle of a level crossing. What should you do if the warning bells start to ring while you're trying to restart the engine? Remember, the fairy tale is about safety. Get everybody out of that car. If the bells go, get everybody out of that car to safety. Carry on trying to restart the engine, no. Push the vehicle clear of the crossing, no. Run down the track to warn the signal operator, no. Get out of a car and clear of the crossing, yes. Safest option. You arrive at the scene of a motorcycle crash. No other vehicle is involved. The rider is unconscious and lying in the middle of the road. What's the first thing you should do at the scene? The first thing you should do is warn other road users. Either park your car 45 meters away or flag them down to say, stop, there's something going on. But yeah, warn other road users. Give a rider reassurance, no. Move a rider out of the road, no, because remember that can cause more harm than good. Clear the road of debris, no. Warn other traffic, yes. Which light should you use when you're driving in a tunnel? It's similar to the other question with the sunglasses. It's just worded slightly different. Which light should you use when you're driving in a tunnel? In other words, what should you do in the tunnel? Dip lights, as if you've seen my other videos, if it's a bog standard question about lights, it's going to be dip lights or headlights. It's the same thing, they just remove the dip. So something along those lines. Rear fog lights, no. Front spotlights, no. Dip headlights, yes. And side lights, no. What should you do if your vehicle breaks down in a tunnel? Stand in front of your vehicle to warn oncoming drivers. No, because the traffic be coming from behind your vehicle, so warning traffic in front is not going to be affected. Stay in your vehicle and wait for the police. If you stay in your vehicle, someone may go into the back of you, cause you whiplash or back injuries. Switch on your hazard warning lights, then go and call for help. Yeah, you've broken down. You're a hazard. Put your hazard warning lights on. There's a connection there. Stand in the lane behind your vehicle to warn others. Again, no. At an incident, someone is unconscious and you want to help, what would be the first thing to check? Again, it's similar question. As you can see, the first aid is just being reworded slightly different. And again, that's why it's really important. It's going to be airways. That's the first thing you do at anyone at an incident. Check to make sure they're still breathing, i.e. check the airways. Whether their airway is open, yes. Whether they have any allergies, no. Whether their vehicle is insured, no. Whether they're comfortable, no. You've broken down on a two-way road. You have a warning triangle. At least how far from your vehicle should you place the warning triangle? If you're using the app like I am, 4-in-1 Driving to Success, you can enlarge the image. I always suggest that if you read the question, look at the image. In this case, you ain't got much clues other than what the question's already told you. If you didn't know, I think I mentioned it earlier in this video already, is 45 meters is where you place your triangle from a broken down car. So we just look for 45, which is that one. Don't need to go any further. An adult casualty isn't breathing. To obtain circulation, CPR should be given. What's the correct depth to press down on the chest? With this one, for an adult, it's going to be between 4 to 6, 5 to 6. Sometimes they vary in a real test, 4 to 6, but the upper limit is going to be 6. So all you need to look for is 6 and whatever numbers below that. In this case, the first one, 5 to 6 centimeters is what we're going to go for. The others you don't need to read, 15 to 20, 1 to 2, 10 to 15. They're always going to give you one with 6, and it's going to be that one. The upper limit is going to be 6. You're on a motorway. When can you use your hazard warning lights? With this one, it's hazard warning lights. That's the clue, hazard warning lights. So it's going to be when there's a problem, a danger, or you're a hazard. So that's what we're looking for. When you're being told by another vehicle, no. When you're driving on the hard shoulder, you shouldn't be driving on the hard shoulder, so no. When you slow down quickly because of danger ahead, yes, danger, hazard. When a vehicle is following too closely, no. What should you do if a tyre bursts while you're driving? Now with this one, they can give you a couple of options. Keep both hands on the steering wheel or pull up slowly at the side of the road. So let's see what they're giving us. Pull up slowly at the side of the road, that's the one they gave us. Continue on at normal speed, that's not gonna happen because your tyres burst. Brake as quickly as possible. If you brake quickly as possible, you're gonna make the car shift left or right depending which tyre's gone, so that shouldn't be. And pull on the parking brake. Again, you want to keep both hands on the steering because you're down to 3 wheels. The car's going to be wobbling all over the place. And you should never be using the handbrake while the car's in motion because the handbrake is not strong enough to stop the car. You're at the scene of an incident. How could you help someone who's suffering from shock? This is a similar question that we had before. And as you can see, the first aid questions or incident questions are starting to be repeated a little bit differently, but starting to be repeated. If you understand the question, it doesn't make a difference how they word it, you're going to know what the answer is. So it's going to be reassure them confidently. Again, talk to them, make sure that they know that you are there for them, but do not, I repeat, do not tell them they're going to be fine, they're going to be okay. Offer them some food, no. Offer them cigarette, no. Reassure them confidently, yes. Give them a warm drink, no. What should you do to reduce the risk of your vehicle catching fire? That's no different from if you smell gas in your house. Check out the strong smell of fuel is what you're looking for on that. Avoid driving with a full tank of fuel, no. Check out any strong smell of fuel. Yeah, if you smell fuel, diesel in your car or petrol in your car, check out to see where it's coming from. You may have a leak with that. Use fuel additives, no. Keep water levels above maximum, no. At an incident, it's important to look after any casualties. What should you do with them when the area is safe? Leave them where they are. As I said before, if the area is safe, that's the key word in the question, the area is safe, leave them where they are. You move them, you can cause them more harm than good that you cannot see. Keep them where they are, first one out. Ask them how it happened, no. Give them something to eat, no. Move them away from the vehicle, no. Which document may the police ask you to produce after you've been involved in a collision? Now, if you've been involved in a collision, it's going to be your driver's license. They need to make sure you are legally allowed to drive the vehicle category that you was driving. If you're doing a theory test, in a car test, the category is B. So you're doing a car theory test, a car driving test, that'd be category B. You must make sure you're legally allowed to drive the vehicle that you happen to be driving. In this case, as I said, it's a car. So on your license, you'll have category B. Your driver's license, first one out. Your vehicle registration document, no. Your vehicle service record, no. Your theory test certificate, no. Incidents, accidents, and emergencies, one of the easier sections or easier categories once you understand the question, what they're looking for. The question just gets reworded slightly different, but it's the same answer. Apply firm pressure, reassure the casualty, never move them, that type of thing as you just saw. So hopefully you got some benefit from that. If you haven't already, come and join us in our community on Discord, where you can get a lot more help from your theory test, from the community and from me by asking questions, posting the screenshots of questions and answers that you are struggling with. I'm going to leave the invite in the description, and I'm going to leave the invite as a pinned comment. So come and join us. Hopefully you got some benefit from this video. If you did, like, definitely comment below and subscribe. YouTube's going to show you a video here. I'm going to show you a video here. Go off and watch which one's relevant to you, and I shall catch you in the next video.